Thank you, Madam Chair, for the opportunity to speak on this amendment. My amendment would strike an especially harsh provision in this bill that is rooted in cruelty, not policy. This simple, straightforward amendment would strike the work requirement provision in this big, bad, ugly bill that lowers the age of what we call a dependent child from 18 to 7. From 18 years old to 7 years old. So I'm abundantly clear, we're saying that 8, 9, and 10-year-olds are no longer considered dependent children. Where did this come from? Why is this necessary? Since when is a first grader not a dependent child? Preventing families with children as young as 7 from losing food assistance, that is what we're debating here. This isn't about waste, fraud, or abuse, and we all know it. It's the excuse, not the reason. So I'd like to invite the Republicans on this panel to explain to me, to my colleagues, and to the American people, how exactly does taking food away from struggling families with young children make this country safer, stronger, more secure, healthier, or even great again? Because the Republicans on the Agriculture Committee couldn't answer that question. And maybe that's because they didn't even bother to speak up when asked. Well, my guess is you can't answer that question either, because the answer doesn't exist. There is no national security strategy that says that hungry families are a path to stability in this country. There is no economic model that says that kids going to bed with empty bellies will suddenly lead us to prosperity. The only reason this provision is, the only reason for this provision is to put some cash in the bank so Republicans can turn around and hand out tax cuts for the wealthiest in this country. Right now, SNAP rules allow parents and caregivers with kids under the age of 18 some flexibility. If they can't meet the 80-hour-a-month work requirement because they are raising a kid, caring for family, or stuck in a job with unpredictable hours, they don't lose access to food. This bill changes that. It pulls away basic benefits from the moment a child turns 7. 7. That is a cold, calculated cut that targets struggling families. This provision alone would make this bill reckless, but combined with the sweeping cuts to family services my Democratic colleagues have been highlighting all day and all night, it's not just irresponsible, it's cruel. This bill doesn't serve working Americans, it punishes them. If you don't own a yacht or fly on a private jet, this bill makes your life harder, not easier. It makes your life worse, not better. And it gives you a shove down, not a hand up. This is a backwards, out of touch policy that ignores the real lives of working families. These provisions ignore the daily struggles parents face as they juggle low-wage jobs, childcare gaps, and unpredictable schedules just to keep food on the table. It doesn't encourage stability or self-sufficiency. It punishes poverty. And it sends a dangerous message. If you are struggling, you are on your own. I hope you will support my amendment, and perhaps more importantly, I hope you find it in you to really take the negative impact of this entire bill into consideration and vote no. And with that, Madam Chair, I yield back.